What if I told you that everything you consider fixed, unchanging, and separate from you is actually flowing, energetic, and molded by your inner world? This isn't philosophical speculation. This is what cutting-edge quantum science is revealing. The physical universe isn't built from solid matter. It's constructed from energy patterns oscillating at specific frequencies. What you experience as reality isn't a fixed stage you perform on. It's a responsive canvas painting itself according to your state of consciousness. Think about this for a moment. Right now, as you watch this video, the chair you're sitting on, the device in your hands, even the air you're breathing, all of it is mostly empty space with particles dancing in patterns of probability. These particles don't become real in the way we understand reality until consciousness observes them. This isn't science fiction. This is the foundation of quantum mechanics. Werner Heisenberg, one of the founding fathers of quantum physics, said something that should shake us to our core. What we observe is not nature itself, but nature exposed to our method of questioning. This means the very act of observation changes what we're looking at. Your consciousness isn't separate from the world you experience. It's actively participating in creating it. But here's where most people get lost. They think this means they can just think positive thoughts and their life will magically transform. That's not how the quantum field works. The field doesn't respond to your surface thoughts. It responds to your deepest held beliefs, your emotional patterns, and most importantly, the frequency of your being. Every atom composing your flesh, your environment, your dwelling, and even your recollections aren't rigid building blocks. They're 99% vacant space, and in that emptiness lives frequency, oscillation, vibration, and infinite possibility. The instant we focus, trust, and emotionally saturate a possibility, that potential crystallizes into experience. But let's go deeper into what this actually means. When quantum physicists study subatomic particles, they discover something extraordinary. These particles exist in what's called a superposition, meaning they exist in all possible states simultaneously until the moment they're observed. It's only when consciousness focuses on them that they collapse into a single, definite state. This is happening in your life right now. Every possibility for your future exists simultaneously in the quantum field. Your dream relationship, your ideal career, your perfect health, your financial abundance, they're all there, waiting in potential. What determines which possibility collapses into your actual experience? Your focused consciousness combined with your emotional state. Most people focus on what they don't want. They worry about lack, fear rejection, anticipate problems, and the quantum field, being perfectly neutral, gives them exactly what they're focusing on with emotional intensity. It doesn't judge whether you're focusing on something positive or negative. It simply responds to the frequency of your attention. Yet most humans have learned the reverse approach, to pause until reality transforms so they can finally experience something new, to hold back until external circumstances shift so they can finally feel secure, prosperous, or cherished. This represents the illusion of our limited perspective. We've been conditioned to assume the outer world stands apart from us, that events occur to us. But quantum reality reveals this. Events emerge through us. This conditioning runs deep. From childhood, we're taught to believe in a solid, external world that operates independently of our inner state. We're told that we must work hard to change circumstances, that we must wait for the right opportunities, that we must hope things will get better. But quantum physics reveals that this entire worldview is backwards. The truth is, you're not a victim of circumstances. You're the creator of them. Every situation in your life, every person you encounter, every opportunity that appears or disappears is a reflection of the frequency you've been broadcasting. This isn't about blame or guilt. It's about recognizing your incredible power. When you truly understand this, you realize that waiting for external conditions to change before you feel different is like waiting for your reflection in the mirror to smile before you smile. It's impossible. The reflection can only change when you change first. This is why so many people feel stuck. They're trying to change their results without changing their frequency. They're attempting to create new experiences while maintaining old patterns of thought and feeling. It's like trying to tune into a different radio station while keeping the dial on the same frequency. It simply cannot work. You aren't following a predetermined storyline. You are the vibrational broadcaster authoring it with each thought, emotion, and belief you maintain. Max Planck, the pioneer of quantum mechanics, declared, "All matter springs into being and persists solely through a force. Behind this force, we must recognize the presence of a conscious, intelligent mind. That mind, that creative force, isn't located in some distant realm. It pulses within your being." But what does it mean to be a vibrational broadcaster? Think of yourself as a living radio station, constantly transmitting signals into the quantum field. These signals aren't just your thoughts. They're your emotions, your beliefs, your expectations, your fears, your excitement, your doubt, your confidence. Every feeling carries a specific frequency, and that frequency attracts experiences that match it. Most people don't realize they're broadcasting 24/7. They think they can have a few positive thoughts in the morning and then spend the rest of the day worrying, complaining, or feeling frustrated, and somehow still attract positive experiences. But the quantum field doesn't work that way. It responds to your dominant frequency, the emotional state you return to most often. If you spend 5 minutes visualizing your ideal life, but 8 hours a day feeling stressed about money, guess which frequency the field receives as your true signal? The stress about money. If you affirm self-love for a few moments, but spend most of your time criticizing yourself, the field responds to the self-criticism. This is why understanding your baseline frequency is so crucial. Your baseline is the emotional state you default to when you're not consciously choosing how to feel. For many people, this baseline includes worry, frustration, boredom, or subtle dissatisfaction. And that baseline frequency becomes the creative instruction the quantum field follows. You transcend mere observation of reality. You function as a frequency transmitter molding the energetic field. Each emotion you experience broadcasts a specific vibration. Every conviction you hold transmits a unique signal. And the quantum field, this invisible ocean of responsive intelligence, mirrors not your verbal declarations, but the truth you emanate energetically. When you experience fear while imagining prosperity, the field reflects that fear back. When you speak of love while radiating uncertainty, the universe returns that doubt. The cosmos doesn't evaluate or judge. It mirrors instantaneously, impartially, and with perfect precision. Here's something most people don't understand about this mirroring process. It's not punishment or testing. The quantum field isn't trying to make your life difficult. It's simply doing what it's designed to do. Respond to vibrational input. It's like gravity. It doesn't choose who to affect or when to work. It operates consistently, regardless of whether you understand it or believe in it. This is actually incredibly empowering once you grasp it fully. It means you're not at the mercy of random events or other people's choices. You're not a victim of circumstances beyond your control. Every experience you have is a direct feedback about the frequency you've been emitting. If you don't like what you're experiencing, you can change it by changing your frequency. But this also means taking full responsibility for your current reality, and that can be uncomfortable. It means recognizing that your financial situation, your relationships, your health, your opportunities, all of it, is reflecting back your internal state. This doesn't mean you're to blame for everything that's happened to you, especially things from your past. But it does mean you have the power to change your future by changing your frequency now. The beautiful thing about the quantum field is that it has no memory. It doesn't care what you created yesterday or what mistakes you made last year. It only responds to what you're broadcasting right now. This means you can literally change your life in an instant by shifting your frequency in this moment. This marks the beginning of true transformation. We aren't here to plead with existence for improved circumstances. We're here to remember that we are the frequency generating those circumstances. You've undoubtedly witnessed this without conscious awareness. Periods when everything flowed seamlessly, or times when obstacles appeared regardless of your determination. The distinction wasn't your actions, it was your energetic state. Let me share what this looks like in practical terms. Have you ever noticed how some days everything seems to go wrong? You wake up feeling off, maybe you have a small argument, then you hit traffic, spill coffee on yourself, and encounter difficult people all day. Meanwhile, other days feel magical. You wake up feeling great, opportunities appear, people are kind, everything flows effortlessly. Most people think these are just random good or bad days, but they're not random at all. They're perfect reflections of your energetic state. On the difficult days, you were unconsciously broadcasting a frequency of resistance, frustration, or stress. On the magical days, you were emanating a frequency of flow, ease, and positivity. The key is learning to recognize these states as they're happening and consciously choose to shift them. When you feel yourself entering a negative spiral, you can pause, breathe, and consciously change your frequency. This isn't about forcing positivity or denying how you feel. It's about taking responsibility for your energetic contribution to each moment. Master manifestors understand this principle deeply. They know that their primary job isn't to figure out how their desires will manifest. It's to maintain the frequency of their desires until the manifestation appears. They trust the quantum field to handle the how, while they focus on embodying the what. The reality is both challenging and empowering. Your present circumstances aren't coincidental. They represent a flawless vibrational correspondence to the energy you've been broadcasting, whether knowingly or unknowingly. The most transformative aspect? You possess the power to alter it, not through resisting current conditions, but by shifting your energetic transmission. But shifting your frequency isn't always easy, especially when you're dealing with long-standing patterns or challenging circumstances. This is where understanding the difference between surface emotions and core frequency becomes crucial. Surface emotions are what you feel in reaction to events. Core frequency is the deeper energetic pattern that attracts those events in the first place. For example, you might feel angry about a specific situation, but beneath that anger could be a core frequency of feeling powerless or unsupported. The quantum field responds more to the core frequency than to the surface emotion. This is why sometimes people can think positively and still attract negative experiences. They're changing the surface while the core frequency remains unchanged. Transforming your core frequency often requires going deeper than just changing your thoughts. It involves healing old wounds, releasing limiting beliefs, and rewiring your nervous system to feel safe in new possibilities. This is why personal development work and emotional healing are so important for conscious creation. The good news is that every small shift in frequency creates a ripple effect. As you begin to change your energetic patterns, you'll notice that your external world starts to reflect these changes. At first, the changes might be subtle. A helpful person appears, a parking space opens up, you receive unexpected good news. But as your frequency shifts become more stable and consistent, the changes in your reality become more dramatic. Let's pause and examine the fundamental question. What frequency are you genuinely emitting? Not your words, not your wishes, but what you sense as authentic. Because that vibration scripts your experience. When you transform your internal condition, external reality must reorganize accordingly. Quantum creation isn't supernatural. It's synchronization. It's harmony. It's embodying the signal of your desires before they materialize. Here's the beautiful paradox. When you authentically become that signal, you no longer require the external thing. You're already resonating within the experience of possession, and existence mirrors this back almost naturally. This forms the basis of all manifestation. Not effort, but frequency. Not craving, but embodiment. Not postponing, but existing as. This paradox is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of conscious creation. People often ask, if I stop wanting something, how will it come to me? But they're confusing wanting with embodying. Wanting comes from lack. It implies you don't have something and need it to feel complete. Embodying comes from wholeness. It's feeling the essence of what you desire already flowing through you. When you truly embody the frequency of your desire, you naturally make choices and take actions that align with that reality. If you embody the frequency of abundance, you start thinking like an abundant person, making decisions like an abundant person, and carrying yourself like an abundant person. The external manifestation becomes inevitable because you've become a vibrational match for it. This is why traditional manifestation techniques often fail. They focus on getting something external rather than becoming something internal. They approach manifestation from a place of need rather than a place of being. The quantum field doesn't respond to need. It responds to vibrational resonance. Think of it like this. If you want to receive radio waves, you need to tune your receiver to the same frequency as the transmitter. If you want to manifest abundance, you need to tune your internal frequency to match the frequency of abundance. You can't receive what you're not vibrationally aligned with. The quantum field responds not to your capabilities. It responds to your current presence. In our next exploration, we'll dive deeper into this mirror principle, because the field, this boundless, intelligent dimension, isn't delivering trials or penalties. It's offering reflections constantly. Let's learn to interpret these reflections and master the art of signal transformation. Because once you grasp what you're broadcasting, you can finally design what you're receiving. Before we continue, let me address something that might be coming up for you right now. You might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true, or if this really works, why isn't everyone doing it? These are natural responses, and they actually demonstrate exactly what we're talking about. Your skepticism isn't wrong. It's protective. Your mind has been programmed to believe in limitation, scarcity, and struggle. This programming comes from generations of conditioning, societal beliefs, and personal experiences. But here's the thing. This programming is just another frequency you're broadcasting. The reason not everyone is consciously creating their reality is because most people are unconsciously creating it. They're broadcasting frequencies based on fear, doubt, past experiences, and social conditioning. They're creating by default rather than by design. The few who do master conscious creation understand that changing your external reality requires changing your internal reality first. They understand that the work isn't out there in the world. It's in here, in your consciousness, in your frequency, in your being. Reality doesn't hear your spoken words. It remains unmoved by declarations alone. It doesn't shift because you desire change. It responds to your current way of being. This represents the profound mirror of the quantum field, and most people remain trapped in a draining cycle, requesting something mentally while vibrating something completely different physically. Picture yourself before a flawless mirror. You express joy. The reflection beams back. You display frustration. The reflection mimics it. The mirror never deceives. It never distorts. It doesn't consider your intentions. It simply reflects your present state. This precisely describes the quantum field's operation. But here's what makes the quantum field different from a regular mirror. It doesn't just reflect your current state. It also reflects your potential states. Every possibility exists simultaneously in the quantum field until your consciousness chooses which one to experience. This is why two people can be in the exact same situation and have completely different experiences. Let's say two people both lose their jobs on the same day. Person A sees this as a catastrophe, feels victimized, and worries about their future. Person B sees this as an opportunity, feels excited about new possibilities, and trusts that something better is coming. Same external event, completely different internal responses, and therefore completely different outcomes. Person A, vibrating at the frequency of victimhood and fear, will likely attract more experiences that confirm their fears. Difficulty finding work, financial stress, relationship strain. Person B, vibrating at the frequency of opportunity and trust, will likely attract experiences that confirm their optimism. Unexpected opportunities, helpful connections, creative solutions. The external event was neutral. The meaning, the experience, and the outcome were determined by each person's internal frequency. This is the power and responsibility of conscious creation, recognizing that you're always choosing which possibility to collapse into reality through your vibrational response to life. The universe isn't personal, it's exact. It doesn't favor the deserving or penalize the unworthy. It simply mirrors alignment or its absence. When your inner landscape overflows with uncertainty, shame, anxiety, or limitation, the outer world must echo that frequency, not to harm you, but to illuminate, to awaken you, to provide the feedback mechanism necessary for recognizing the frequency you've been unconsciously transmitting. This is perhaps the most liberating truth you can understand. The universe isn't testing you, punishing you, or withholding from you. It's simply responding to your vibrational signal with mathematical precision. When you feel like you're being tested, you're actually being shown exactly what frequency you're broadcasting, so you can choose to change it. Consider this. Every person who triggers you, every situation that frustrates you, every obstacle you encounter is showing you something about your internal frequency. They're not causing your reaction, they're revealing it. Your reaction was already there, waiting to be activated. The external situation is just the catalyst that brings your internal frequency to the surface, where you can see it clearly. This understanding transforms your relationship with challenges. Instead of seeing them as problems to solve or enemies to defeat, you start seeing them as information about your vibrational state. You begin asking different questions. What frequency am I broadcasting that attracted this experience? What belief or pattern within me is creating this mirror? How can I shift my frequency to attract a different experience? This shift from victim consciousness to creator consciousness is revolutionary. You stop giving your power away to external circumstances and start reclaiming it by taking responsibility for your vibrational contribution to every situation. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that happens. It means empowering yourself to create change from the inside out. This explains why manifestations appear obstructed. The obstacle isn't external. It's energetic discord. It's requesting love while broadcasting fear of rejection. It's visualizing abundance while resonating with feelings of inadequacy. The disconnect exists between the vision in your mind and the signal your nervous system actually broadcasts. Your nervous system is like a sophisticated broadcasting antenna, constantly transmitting your deepest held beliefs and emotional patterns into the quantum field. It doesn't matter what you're visualizing in your mind if your nervous system is broadcasting fear, doubt, or unworthiness. The field responds to the frequency of your entire being, not just your conscious thoughts. This is why many people struggle with manifestation. They think they can override their deeper patterns with surface-level techniques. They visualize abundance for 10 minutes a day while spending the other 23 hours and 50 minutes feeling stressed about money. They affirm self-love while their nervous system is programmed with patterns of self-criticism and unworthiness. Breaking through this requires what we call somatic alignment, bringing your entire nervous system into resonance with your desires. This involves not just changing your thoughts, but also changing how you feel in your body, how you breathe, how you hold yourself, how you move through the world. Your body stores every experience you've ever had. Trauma, disappointment, and limiting beliefs create tension patterns, breathing restrictions, and energetic blockages that broadcast specific frequencies into the field. Until these patterns are addressed and transformed, they continue to override your conscious intentions. This is why practices like breathwork, meditation, yoga, and other somatic therapies can be so powerful for manifestation. They help you access and transform the deep patterns stored in your nervous system, allowing you to broadcast a clear, coherent signal into the quantum field. Contemporary science now validates ancient understanding. The HeartMath Institute demonstrates that the heart generates the body's most powerful electromagnetic field, extending up to 10 feet around you. This cardiac field communicates with your brain, your physical form, and crucially, the quantum field itself. If this is resonating with you, I'd love for you to hit that like button and subscribe for more quantum consciousness insights. Now, I'm curious, have you ever experienced a moment when everything seemed to align effortlessly around you? Share that experience in the comments below. Dr. Joe Dispenza's investigations verify this. When your thoughts and emotions achieve coherence, when you think and feel the same elevated state, the field responds. Not occasionally, not sometimes, invariably. However, the requirement is authentic coherence. You cannot claim abundance while experiencing financial anxiety. The field detects your genuine signal, not your performance. Dr. Dispenza's research reveals something fascinating about coherence. When your heart and brain are in a coherent state, when your thoughts and emotions are aligned, your electromagnetic field becomes hundreds of times more powerful. This coherent field can actually be measured and has been shown to extend far beyond the physical body. But achieving true coherence isn't just about thinking happy thoughts. It requires what Dispenza calls elevated emotions. Feelings like gratitude, compassion, joy, and love that aren't dependent on external circumstances. Most people's emotions are reactive. They feel good when things go well and bad when things don't. But elevated emotions are generated from within, regardless of external conditions. This is a crucial distinction for conscious creation. When you can maintain elevated emotions independent of your current circumstances, you become free from the endless cycle of reacting to your reality. Instead, you start creating your reality from a place of inner stability and power. The research shows that when people practice maintaining these elevated emotional states, remarkable things begin to happen. Their gene expression changes, their immune function improves, their brain waves synchronize, and most importantly, for our discussion, their external reality begins to shift to match their internal state. This isn't wishful thinking, it's measurable science. The coherent electromagnetic field generated by aligned thoughts and emotions actually influences the quantum field around you, attracting experiences that match your internal frequency. This explains why emotional restoration equals vibrational work. When you harbor pain, bitterness, self-questioning, or unresolved trauma, your frequency becomes scattered. A fragmented signal produces fragmented outcomes. Yet when you start clearing the interference through awareness, mindfulness, and intentional realignment, the signal clarifies. The reflection transforms. Life begins moving differently. Emotional restoration isn't just about feeling better. It's about removing the vibrational static that interferes with clear manifestation. Think of it like tuning a radio. When there's static, you can't receive a clear signal. But when you eliminate the interference, the music comes through crystal clear. Unresolved emotions create vibrational static in several ways. First, they create inconsistent broadcasting. One moment you're feeling confident and abundant, the next you're triggered into old patterns of fear or doubt. This inconsistency confuses the quantum field and creates mixed results. Second, emotional baggage creates subconscious resistance to receiving what you desire. You might consciously want love, but if you have unhealed wounds around betrayal or abandonment, part of you will resist allowing love into your life. This internal conflict creates a push-pull dynamic that prevents clear manifestation. Third, unprocessed emotions keep you vibrationally tied to the past. Instead of broadcasting from your desired future, you're broadcasting from old experiences and conditioning. The quantum field responds to this past-based frequency by recreating similar experiences in your present. Healing this doesn't mean you need to process every trauma or resolve every issue before you can manifest. It means becoming aware of your dominant emotional patterns and consciously choosing to shift them. It means learning to interrupt old patterns when they arise and consciously choose new responses. This is ongoing work, not a one-time fix. As you evolve and grow, new layers of conditioning come to the surface to be healed and transformed. But each layer you clear makes your signal stronger and more coherent, leading to faster and more consistent manifestation. Let's personalize this. What patterns have you noticed in your life recently? Which cycles continue repeating? What situations feel immobilized? These aren't random occurrences, they're mirrors. Until you shift the frequency creating them, they'll continue. Not as punishment, but as teaching. The universe isn't overlooking you, it's responding to your energetic broadcast. Take money, for example. If you consistently struggle with finances, look deeper than just the external circumstances. What's your emotional relationship with money? Do you feel guilty about wanting it? Do you believe you don't deserve it? Do you associate it with greed or corruption? Do you fear losing it once you have it? These emotional patterns around money create specific frequencies that the quantum field responds to. If you feel guilty about wanting money, you'll unconsciously sabotage opportunities to receive it. If you believe you don't deserve abundance, you'll make choices that confirm your unworthiness. If you fear losing money, you'll attract experiences that threaten your financial security. The same principle applies to relationships. If you keep attracting the same type of difficult relationships, the pattern isn't in the other people. It's in the frequency you're broadcasting that attracts them. What beliefs do you hold about relationships? What patterns from your family of origin are you unconsciously repeating? What fears about love and intimacy are you carrying? Or consider career and purpose. If you feel stuck in unfulfilling work, what frequency are you broadcasting about your worth, your capabilities, your deserving of meaningful work? Are you waiting for someone else to recognize your value, or are you confidently expressing it yourself? These patterns persist because they're serving a purpose, even if it's unconscious. They might be keeping you safe from perceived risks, or fulfilling inherited family patterns, or confirming deeply held beliefs about yourself and life. Until you become conscious of these deeper purposes and choose to change them, the patterns will continue to repeat. Ancient wisdom taught, as within, so without. Quantum physics terms it entanglement, coherence, and wave function collapse. All point toward identical truth. Your internal state generates external experience. But let's explore what as within, so without really means in practical terms. Your inner world consists of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, memories, expectations, and the overall quality of your consciousness. Your outer world consists of your relationships, career, finances, health, living situation, and all the experiences you encounter. The Hermetic principle of as within, so without suggests that these two realms aren't separate. They're intimately connected. What you experience externally is always a reflection of what's happening internally. This doesn't mean you're responsible for every single thing that happens to you, especially random events or other people's choices. But it does mean that your internal state determines how you experience and respond to whatever happens, and your responses shape what happens next. For instance, if your inner world is dominated by feelings of unworthiness, your outer world will consistently present situations that seem to confirm your unworthiness. You might be passed over for promotions, attract partners who don't treat you well, or find yourself in situations where you're undervalued. This isn't the universe punishing you. It's the universe showing you what you believe about yourself so you can choose to change it. Conversely, if your inner world is characterized by self-love, confidence, and a sense of deserving good things, your outer world will reflect this back through experiences of being valued, respected, and treated well. People will naturally be drawn to your energy, opportunities will appear, and you'll find yourself in situations that confirm your worth. This principle also explains why positive thinking alone isn't enough. If you try to think positive thoughts while your deeper inner world is filled with doubt, fear, or negative beliefs, the outer world will respond to the deeper frequency, not the surface thoughts. True transformation requires aligning all levels of your inner world: conscious thoughts, subconscious beliefs, emotional patterns, and energetic frequency. So let's revisit the essential question. What are you broadcasting right now? Not what you're attempting to feel, not what you're pretending, but what you're actually transmitting into the field. The emotion you consistently return to, that establishes your fundamental frequency. That frequency becomes your attractor. That's your command, and the field acknowledges it. Always. To truly understand what you're broadcasting, you need to become an observer of your own inner world. Most people are unconscious of their moment-to-moment emotional and mental states. They're on autopilot, reacting to life rather than consciously creating it. Start paying attention to your internal dialogue. What's the voice in your head saying throughout the day? Is it encouraging or critical? Hopeful or worried? Confident or doubtful? This internal dialogue is constantly broadcasting into the quantum field, attracting experiences that match its frequency. Notice your emotional defaults. When you're not consciously choosing how to feel, what emotions do you naturally gravitate toward? Some people default to worry, others to excitement. Some default to frustration, others to curiosity. These default emotions become your baseline frequency, and they powerfully influence what you attract. Observe your body language and physical posture. Your body is always broadcasting energy. Do you walk with confidence or hesitation? Do you make eye contact or look away? Do you take up space or try to make yourself small? Your physical presence communicates your internal state to both the quantum field and to other people. Pay attention to your breathing patterns. Shallow, rapid breathing often indicates stress or anxiety, while deep, slow breathing typically reflects calm and centeredness. Your breath is directly connected to your nervous system and your energetic state. Become aware of your expectations. What do you expect to happen in various situations? Do you expect people to be kind or difficult? Do you expect things to work out or go wrong? Your expectations are powerful creative forces. They're like orders you're placing with the universe. You don't need to repair the mirror. You don't need to battle the reflection. You need to become someone who resonates a new image. Because the field, this infinite, intelligent, responsive dimension, will perpetually return what you are, not what you hope to become. This is where many people get stuck. They keep trying to change their external circumstances without changing their internal frequency. They want a new reflection without changing what they're showing the mirror. This approach leads to frustration and the belief that manifestation doesn't work. The truth is, the mirror is working perfectly. It's showing you exactly what you're broadcasting. If you don't like what you see, the solution isn't to fight with the mirror. It's to change what you're showing it. This requires a fundamental shift in how you approach creating change in your life. Instead of focusing on manipulating external circumstances, you focus on transforming your internal state. Instead of trying to control outcomes, you focus on embodying the frequency of your desires. This doesn't mean you become passive or stop taking action. It means your actions flow naturally from your transformed state rather than from desperation or force. When you embody the frequency of abundance, you naturally make abundant choices. When you embody the frequency of love, you naturally attract loving experiences. When you embody the frequency of success, you naturally take actions that lead to success. The key is understanding that being precedes having. You must become the person who already lives the life you want before you can have that life. This isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about genuinely transforming your internal state to match your desired external reality. This transformation happens through consistent practice. Every day, you choose which frequency to embody. Every moment, you decide which version of yourself to be. These choices, made consistently over time, literally rewire your brain and nervous system, creating lasting change in your energetic signature. Next, we'll reveal how to modify that command, because once you understand that your vibration serves as the creative blueprint, everything shifts. Your reality doesn't change because you want it to. It changes because you become the person already living it. But before we dive into the how, let's address a common misconception. Many people think that once they understand these principles, manifestation should be instant and effortless. They expect to change their thoughts and immediately see dramatic shifts in their external reality. When this doesn't happen, they often conclude that the principles don't work or that they're doing something wrong. The truth is that manifestation is both instant and gradual. It's instant because the quantum field responds immediately to your vibrational signal. Every time you shift your frequency, the field begins reorganizing to match your new signal. But it's gradual because physical reality has momentum, and it takes time for new patterns to fully materialize in your experience. Think of it like turning a massive ship. The moment you turn the wheel, the ship begins changing direction. But it takes time for the new course to become obvious. Similarly, the moment you change your frequency, your reality begins shifting. But it may take time for the changes to become visible in your external circumstances. This is why consistency is so important. You need to maintain your new frequency long enough for it to overcome the momentum of your old patterns. This requires patience, faith, and commitment to the process, even when you don't immediately see results. It also requires dealing with what's often called the gap, the period between when you change your internal state and when your external reality catches up. This gap can be challenging because your old reality is still visible while your new reality is still forming. It's tempting to doubt the process during this time, but maintaining your new frequency during the gap is precisely what allows the new reality to fully manifest. You don't need to request the universe's attention. It's already focused. In fact, it never stopped listening. Each moment, your energetic frequency broadcasts a message, a continuous, subtle signal that the quantum field interprets into form. The field doesn't process your language. It reads your state of existence. Here's the revolutionary truth. Your vibration isn't a byproduct of your life. It's the foundation of it. Bob Proctor observed, "You don't receive what you want, you receive what you are." Let that resonate because right now, you're either directing your reality through clarity or through confusion. We exist as vibrational entities within a vibrational cosmos. This isn't metaphor, it's science. Everything in existence carries a frequency. Your thoughts, frequencies. Your emotions, frequencies. Your body, a complex orchestra of vibrations. The predominant frequency you emit becomes the template through which reality manifests. Imagine the field as a canvas. Your vibration serves as the paintbrush. Yet most people attempt to paint over an image they haven't fundamentally changed. They envision prosperity while still emanating scarcity. They declare love while radiating unworthiness. The outcome? Conflicting signals, unclear manifestations, patterns that appear endlessly repeated. Here's where science and spirituality merge with precision. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that your thoughts create the electrical charge in the quantum field, while your emotions generate the magnetic charge. Combined, they form the electromagnetic signature the field receives as instruction. Alter the signal, and the field restructures accordingly. Abraham Hicks expresses this elegantly. You are a vibrational broadcaster. you cannot avoid offering a vibration, meaning even during rest, you're still creating. How do you shift the instruction? Not through wishing, not through pleading, not even through endless affirmation repetition. The shift occurs when you embody a different frequency, when you start thinking like your future self, feeling the emotions of that evolved you, and acting in ways that match that vibration. The field cannot help but respond. This isn't magic, it's resonance. When one tuning fork vibrates, another nearby fork tuned identically begins resonating, not through force, but through recognition of its match. The universe operates similarly. You don't pursue your desires, you harmonize with them. Once the match becomes clear, manifestation becomes inevitable. Here's what matters most. You're already creating. The question is whether you're doing it consciously. Your vibration constantly communicates through your internal dialogue, through the energy you carry into every space, through the feelings you nurture or suppress, through the mental images you rehearse privately. This constant creation happens whether you're aware of it or not. Every moment, you're collapsing possibilities into reality through your vibrational choices. The question isn't whether you're creating. You're always creating. The question is whether you're creating consciously or unconsciously, by design or by default. Most people create by default. They react to circumstances rather than consciously choosing their responses. They allow their past experiences to determine their future possibilities. They let their environment dictate their internal state. This unconscious creation often leads to repeating unwanted patterns and feeling like a victim of circumstances. Conscious creation requires taking responsibility for your vibrational output. It means recognizing that in every moment, you have a choice about what frequency to broadcast. It means understanding that your power lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in choosing your internal response to whatever is happening. This shift from unconscious to conscious creation is profound. It moves you from feeling powerless to feeling empowered. It transforms you from a victim of circumstances to a creator of experiences. It changes your relationship with challenges from seeing them as problems to seeing them as opportunities to practice conscious creation. Conscious creation also requires developing what we might call vibrational discipline, the ability to maintain your chosen frequency regardless of external circumstances. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means learning to feel your emotions fully while not letting them dictate your creative frequency. For example, you might feel disappointed about a setback while still maintaining faith in your ultimate success. You might feel sad about a loss while still holding the frequency of love and gratitude. You might feel temporarily frustrated while still embodying the frequency of your desired outcome. Most people wait for external changes to feel different. In the quantum model, it's reversed. You feel different first. You think different first. You act different first. Then, and only then, reality reorganizes to match your new state. This reversal is perhaps the most challenging aspect of conscious creation for most people, because it goes against everything we've been taught. We've been conditioned to believe that we need external evidence before we can feel good, that we need to see results before we can believe, that we need circumstances to change before we can change our state. But quantum physics reveals that consciousness is primary. It shapes reality rather than being shaped by it. This means that waiting for external changes before changing your internal state is like waiting for the cart to push the horse. It's backwards, and it doesn't work. The quantum approach requires faith, not blind faith, but educated faith based on understanding how consciousness and reality interact. It requires trusting that when you change your internal state, external reality will reorganize to match it, even if you can't see how this will happen. This faith is easier to develop when you start small. Begin by noticing how your internal state affects small, immediate experiences. Notice how your mood affects the conversations you have, the opportunities that appear, the quality of your day. As you begin to see these connections, your faith in the larger principle will naturally grow. It also helps to understand that this process is happening constantly anyway. You're always creating your reality through your vibrational state. You're just doing it unconsciously most of the time. Conscious creation is simply about becoming aware of this process and learning to direct it intentionally. The reversal also requires letting go of the need to control how your desires manifest. When you truly embody the frequency of your desires, the universe can deliver them in ways that are far better than anything you could have planned or imagined. Your job is to maintain the frequency. The universe's job is to arrange the circumstances. Your vibration is the instruction. The moment you become aware of it, you reclaim your creative authority. Let's get practical. Begin observing your baseline frequency. Is it stress, urgency, doubt, or is it peace, clarity, and confidence? Because one of these is writing your next chapter. Observing your baseline frequency requires honest self-assessment. Many people think they're more positive than they actually are, because they're not aware of their subconscious patterns. They might consciously think optimistic thoughts, while unconsciously carrying anxiety, worry, or doubt. One way to assess your true baseline frequency is to notice what you worry about most. Whatever occupies your mental and emotional energy most often is what you're primarily broadcasting into the quantum field. If you spend most of your time thinking about what could go wrong, that's your creative frequency. If you spend most of your time feeling grateful for what's working well, that's your creative frequency. Another way to assess your baseline is to look at your current results. Your external reality is always showing you what frequency you've been predominantly broadcasting. If your life is characterized by struggle, drama, or lack, these are reflections of internal frequencies of resistance, chaos, or scarcity. If your life flows with ease, joy, and abundance, these reflect internal frequencies of allowance, peace, and prosperity. Pay attention to your default emotional responses. When something unexpected happens, what's your first reaction? Do you immediately assume the worst or look for the positive possibility? Do you feel victimized or empowered? Do you contract in fear or expand in curiosity? These automatic responses reveal your baseline frequency. Notice your internal dialogue during mundane activities. What's your mind doing when you're driving, showering, or walking? Is it worrying about the future, replaying past problems, or present with what's happening now? Is it criticizing yourself or others, or is it appreciating and accepting what is? This background mental activity is constantly broadcasting into the field. Observe your physical energy and presence. Do you feel heavy or light? Contracted or expanded? Rushed or relaxed? Your physical state reflects and broadcasts your energetic frequency. Learning to consciously shift your physical state is one of the fastest ways to change your vibrational broadcast. Bob Proctor stressed the importance of emotional consistency. He said, "The law of vibration is primary. The law of attraction is secondary," meaning your thoughts and feelings must harmonize before anything external responds. This is your invitation. Stop living reactively and start broadcasting purposefully. Take a breath. What are you vibrating now? That is your instruction. That's what the field is organizing around. The beautiful truth is, you can change it. You can choose differently. You can rewrite the broadcast through a single moment of conscious presence. The shift from reactive to purposeful living is transformational. Reactive living means your external circumstances determine your internal state. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you become angry. You receive unexpected money and you become happy. Your partner says something loving and you feel good about yourself. This puts your emotional and vibrational state at the mercy of random external events. Purposeful broadcasting means you consciously choose your internal state regardless of external circumstances. You decide what frequency to embody based on who you want to be and what you want to create, not based on what's happening around you. This is true emotional freedom and creative power. This doesn't mean you suppress or ignore your natural emotional responses. It means you feel them fully while choosing not to let them dictate your creative frequency. You can feel disappointed about a setback while maintaining the frequency of your ultimate success. You can feel sad about a loss while holding the frequency of love and gratitude. The key is learning to distinguish between feeling emotions and being emotions. Feeling angry is different from being an angry person. Feeling sad is different from being a sad person. You can feel the full spectrum of human emotions while maintaining a core frequency that aligns with your desired creations. This requires developing emotional intelligence and mastery. It means learning to process emotions quickly and completely so they don't get stuck in your system and create vibrational static. It means choosing your thoughts consciously rather than thinking whatever randomly pops into your mind. It means taking responsibility for your energetic impact on every situation. Purposeful broadcasting also requires clarity about what you actually want to create. Many people are unclear about their true desires, so they broadcast mixed signals that create confusing results. Take time to get clear about what you really want. Not what you think you should want, not what others want for you, but what genuinely lights you up and feels aligned with your authentic self. The universe doesn't wait for perfection, just coherence. When your energy becomes clear, your manifestations become real. The quantum field doesn't respond to your projected image. It doesn't react to your plans, goals, or even affirmations, unless they align energetically with your internal reality. What the field monitors is who you are in each breath, each thought, each quiet moment when nobody's watching. That's the broadcast. That's the instruction. That's the truth that shapes reality. We've been taught to emphasize doing, but in quantum reality, being precedes doing and creates having. You don't manifest what you practice publicly. You manifest what you rehearse vibrationally. The field exists as non-local intelligence. It requires neither space nor time. It doesn't judge or reward. It reflects. Continuously, it mirrors back the consciousness state you're embodying. It functions as both mirror and canvas, with you as painter and reflection simultaneously. Neuroscience and quantum physics research confirms that when you think a thought repeatedly and charge it emotionally, your brain begins wiring that identity into existence. Joe Dispenza calls this future self-rehearsal. When your brain and heart align in thought, emotion, and presence, the field receives a coherent message. That coherence collapses new realities into form. Here's the secret most overlook. The field doesn't wait for external alignment first. It attunes to your present identity. Your current life experience directly results from the energy you've been consistently embodying, not occasionally, but regularly. Doubt creates uncertain reflections. Fear generates resistant responses. But coherence, even momentary, begins bending the field. You don't need perfection, just conscious awareness of who you're being between actions, because the field doesn't observe your activities. It listens to your frequency. Bob Proctor said, "Your results express your awareness level." That awareness isn't mental, it's vibrational. It's how much of your authentic nature you allow to flow through you without resistance. Ask yourself, am I being the version of me who already experiences the life I desire? This question isn't rhetorical, it's energetic. When you sit with this, not just think it, but feel into it, you discover where your alignment exists and where it doesn't. What old pattern or belief are you ready to release today? Drop a comment and let this community witness your transformation. Let's address self-sabotage. It rarely appears as chaos. Often it shows up as hesitation, small internal doubts. I'm not ready yet. The field hears this, not in words, in vibration, and responds accordingly. Greg Braden describes a field that's responsive and alive, one that shapes itself around human emotional signals, not surface emotions, but the feelings beneath feelings, the silent beliefs we carry about ourselves, the inherited programming, the trauma imprints. These also vibrate. These are also detected. But here's the hopeful news. Just as you've created through unconscious frequency, you can recreate through conscious embodiment. This is why presence matters so much. Presence isn't passivity, it's precision. When you're present, you stop broadcasting yesterday's fears or tomorrow's worries. You become a clear signal, and the field listens. Now, and now is all it requires. Imagine yourself as a tuning fork. Vibrating at fear's frequency makes the field echo back situations and synchronicities, reinforcing it. Vibrating at love's, peace's, worthiness's frequency makes the field begin reflecting that identity through form. Conversations shift, opportunities emerge, people enter your life mirroring your new state. Why? Because the field recognizes who you're being. You can't deceive the field. You can't perform your way into manifestation. You can only embody it. That's this moment's invitation. Stop waiting and start being, not because it's pretense, but because it's finally truth. So breathe. Place your hand on your heart and ask, what energy am I rehearsing now? Because the quantum field is listening, not to your voice, but to your vibration. Every moment, it reflects that back through your life's mirror. There arrives a moment in the manifestation journey where you realize visualization alone isn't sufficient. Affirmations alone aren't enough. Even wanting something desperately still isn't enough. Because the quantum field doesn't respond to longing, it responds to embodiment. That's where the real transformation begins. When you stop waiting and start becoming. This is where quantum manifestation meets spiritual practice. It's not about theatrical performance. It's about harmonizing your internal signature with a version of yourself already living the reality you're calling forth. Not eventually. Right now. Let's explore this process. Harmonize. This represents the frequency work. It's choosing to evolve from seeker to transmitter. When you harmonize, you stop reaching outside for the dream. You create internal space for that dream to discover you. It starts with stillness, with self-awareness, with tuning your inner conversation to match your highest potential. As Bob Proctor taught, you must see yourself possessing what you desire. If you can maintain it mentally, you can manifest it physically. Harmonization occurs when your thoughts stop contradicting your feelings, when your desires no longer conflict with your identity, when you stop imagining the dream and start living it energetically. Practice. Like an athlete doesn't wait for competition to train, the soul doesn't wait for breakthrough to prepare. Practicing the future, as Joe Dispenza teaches, involves emotional familiarization. It's choosing to saturate your system with feelings of fulfillment, not because it's happened, but because energetically it already exists. Neuroscience reveals the brain cannot distinguish between vivid imagination and actual experience. So when you practice your future, when you awaken already feeling abundant, confident, clear, your body begins rewiring. Your chemistry shifts. Your heart rhythms change. Your electromagnetic field becomes a broadcast of your future identity. This practice isn't passive. It's active, embodied, and intentional. You move through your day as if, not from delusion, but from declaration. You no longer ask, "When will it arrive?" You declare, "Of course it's coming. I've already become it." Transform. This represents the sacred pivot. Transforming means releasing the outdated identity that no longer serves. It means no longer bargaining with fears, no longer delaying joy, no longer seeking permission to rise. When you transform, you're not pretending, you're remembering. You're stepping into the blueprint always encoded in your field before doubts, before trauma, before limiting stories. You become someone already harmonized, already resourceful, already worthy. This changes everything. The quantum field, remember, reflects who you're being, not your hopes, not your weekly visualizations, but your presence in breath, choices, and moment-to-moment existence. So transformation isn't just mindset shifting, it's energetic commanding. Neville Goddard expressed it perfectly. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not to trick the universe, but because that's the universe's language. Feeling is frequency, and frequency is the field. Now pause. Breathe deeply. Imagine yourself as the version already possessing what you seek. How do they move? Communicate? Think? What do they refuse and what do they fully embrace? What boundaries do they maintain? What energy do they radiate? Here's the key. Don't wait to become that version. Begin now, not by forcing change, but by allowing deeper truth to emerge. You already are them. You're not waiting for quantum transformation. You are the transformation. Let this be your initiation moment. Let the practice be simple yet radical. Harmonize, practice, transformation drop into your body. Close your eyes. Feel the reality already waiting, not externally, but internally. If this resonated, if something within you stirred and awakened, comment below. I am the transformation. Because the field is always listening, and your next reality awaits the vibration of who you choose to be now. There exists within you a frequency, silent, eternal, and steady, that doesn't need to wish for change. It is change itself. A frequency operating not from hope or desperation, but from knowing. This is the vibration creating what others call miracles. Not because universal laws broke, but because they've finally been understood. This frequency isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It doesn't shout through affirmations or force outcomes. It whispers through coherence. It breathes through stillness. It moves through surrender. Most people never discover it, not because it's hidden, but because they're too busy seeking externally for what exists only within. Truth is, manifestation isn't something you force, it's something you allow. This frequency, this inner magnetic resonance, activates not through striving, but through being. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to alignment. When you enter this frequency, your nervous system settles. Your breathing deepens. Your thoughts lose urgency. You stop trying to prove anything to the universe because you've remembered you are the universe. You're not hoping for the future. You're channeling it into now. This is what spiritual teachers have indicated for millennia. The field reflects your state of being. It's not about your actions. It's about the consciousness behind them. Let's pause and consider. How would your life transform if you stopped chasing and started resonating? What would happen if you stopped waiting to feel safe, worthy, or ready, and simply chose to be those things? This is the shift. This is where miracles dwell. They don't arrive through struggle. They emerge through harmonic coherence. Research from institutions like the HeartMath Institute shows that when heart and brain enter emotional alignment, when gratitude, love, and presence sustain themselves, the body's electromagnetic field expands. It becomes coherent. It becomes magnetic. This isn't mysticism, it's measurable. It confirms what mystics have always known. Your frequency creates your future. When you release resistance, drop into now, and live from your highest coherence, life doesn't just improve, it transforms completely. Because now you're no longer living from past programming. You're living from future vision. Now you're not asking the field to deliver something. You're becoming the vibration that attracts it naturally. Neville Goddard said, "You are already what you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you don't see it." That truth, simple, penetrating, humbling, is the master key. So what is the frequency that creates miracles? It's you when you stop waiting. It's you when you stop doubting. It's you when you stop negotiating with fear and simply choose to remember your true nature. The universe is a mirror, yes, but it's also a witness. It observes not your actions, but your essence. It responds not to your words, but to your meaning. In this moment, right now, you can mean something new. You can emit a vibration declaring, "I am the creator. I am the aligned one. I am the rememberer." No need to force. No need to wait. Simply breathe and let the field respond. Because when you enter this frequency, reality must shift. Not through magic, but through resonance. So if this message touched something deep within you, I warmly invite you to subscribe and share this video with someone who needs to feel it too. When you share these quantum consciousness concepts, you're creating an energetic ripple effect, expanding collective awareness while reinforcing your own understanding of these principles. And in the comments, write, "I am the transformation," because you are, and the field knows it. Understanding how consciousness creates reality through observation takes this knowledge even deeper. The observer effect reveals why your awareness itself shapes what manifests. Watch that next to master the complete picture of conscious creation.